We've got a bit of welcome news for AT&T. The parent of Warner Brothers says it added more than 4 million subscribers to its HBO Max streaming service, bringing the total to just over 12.5 million, which, by the way, is still only 1/5 of Netflix's 65 million subscribers. All this comes less than a week after Warner Brothers shocked the industry by announcing plans to release the studio's entire 2021 film slate on HBO Max. Bloomberg's Kelly Gilblom joins me now from Los Angeles with more on this. And Kelly, we were talking about how this is the biggest story in LA. It's what everyone is talking about. And that includes director Chris Nolan. He was just scathing in The Hollywood Reporter. Is his reaction the norm, calling HBO Max the worst streaming service? What's the general verdict?
Yeah, thank you so much. So I don't know that the worst streaming service is the general verdict, but definitely shock and awe in the industry. It is honestly like Warner exploded a bomb in the film industry. And I think for the most part, what people really want to understand, people who make films, is what this means for them in the longer term. Everyone from directors like Chris Nolan to production companies, to agents, to actors, they're profit participants in movies. And when something does really well at the box office, they can get a windfall from that. And now with Warner controlling everything from the production to the distribution of their films, they have more of a say in the economics than ever before. So I think people are worried that possibly a big payday is going to go away. They're angry that they weren't consulted on it, but also they're just kind of trying to absorb this news and see what it really means.
And of course, everyone's watching to see who else will follow up with something similar. Disney will be holding an investor day on Thursday, and everyone will be listening for Disney to say something or react. Do we have any sense of whether Disney will follow suit with something like this?
Yeah, I think the investor day is going to be really telling. I don't know that they're going to follow suit and make a decision for their entire 2021 slate the way that Warner did, but they are going to talk a lot probably about the theatrical window, the time between when a movie premieres in cinemas and when it's made available online. They've kind of taken the strategy of moving single films one at a time, Soul, Mulan to Disney Plus, but they haven't made a completely new overarching strategy for their release. I expect on Thursday they're going to say something about some big upcoming movies like the Marvel installment Black Widow, and they're going to talk about their general growth plans for Disney Plus, which has just done phenomenally since it launched last year. But they're probably not under as much pressure as AT&T and Warner are with HBO Max to make a big dramatic call like this. I do think, though, that investors will expect them to address this news, though, in a pretty substantive way.
Yeah, I'm sure there are going to be a ton of questions on this. There's also some talk, Kelly, that some parties may take legal action against Warner Brothers for the move. Who might be part of that effort?
Yeah, so we've heard about one of the production companies that Warner has worked with called Legendary, and they help make a big movie that's coming out next year called Dune, a sci-fi movie. And they've worked with other movies in the past with Warner. Because like I said, these people participate in the profits. They would help co-finance the production. And then if it does great at the box office and it makes $1 billion, they get a big chunk of that. Because this was done without their consultation, now it's a question as to what they will ultimately see in the end. But I don't know that the lawsuits will go anywhere or whether it's just a negotiating position. Those contracts are mostly private, and it could be that Warner can just pay a fee and just kind of pay them out, kind of similarly to what they did with Patty Jenkins and Gal Gadot, who worked on Wonder Woman 1984. They paid them a one-time fee to debut that movie on HBO Max in exchange for them giving up their back-end rights. So there could be lawsuits, but I think more likely they'll just be negotiations and a lot of dealing going forward.
A lot of meetings and video conferencing and panic discussions taking place across Hollywood and the global film industry, I'm sure. Kelly, thank you so much. Kelly Gilblom joining us on the latest when it comes to streaming movies. Would you watch a movie, Renita, on HBO Max rather than going to the movie theater? I mean, is that worth it for you?
I don't know. I mean, I'd have to see the selections. I'd have to see what versus what's already on Netflix I would even want to see.
See, that's the thing. You already commit to Netflix, and that's what, $15, $16 a month? I mean, are you really going to pay another $15 for
exactly.
HBO Max?
That's the big question.
There's already too much to watch on Netflix, right?
Already, it's
the playlist
already
is
too
this
much.
long. I mean, I can't even.
The biggest stories the moment they happen from around the globe. Subscribe to Bloomberg Quick Take now for insight in an instant.